Welcome back to Comic Issues Daily. It is Friday, September 5th, and this is a recap of all of the comic book or a lot of the comic book story or news from Thursday, September 4th. And our top story today, Batman #1 blind bag gold variant or gold foil variant has already sold for $1,300 on eBay just one day after release. Let's dive into that and 9 more stories shaping comics today. Batman #1 blind bag gold variant sells for $1,300. The #1 this week wasn't just a publishing milestone; it's already a speculator flashpoint. DC included blind bag variants, with one of the rarest being the Blind as a Bat gold foil edition by Jorge Jimenez, produced at a ratio of 1 to 1,000. Within 24 hours of release, a copy sold for $1,300 on eBay, while multiple listings continue climbing. Blind bag comics are intentionally a gamble. Readers don't know which variant they'll pull until the bag is opened. This strategy creates a scarcity and hype, especially when tied to a flagship title like Batman. Collectors are liking it to the modern equivalent of the trading card chase insert. For historical perspective, this echoes earlier variant booms like the 1990s chromium covers, that more recent 1 in 500 sketch or virgin editions. The difference is that blind bags create mystery around supply, spurring buyers to take multiple shots. This proves the market still responds to rarity paired with hype. For sellers, the immediate 4-figure flip is proof of demand. For buyers, the risk is whether the long-term value sustains. Would you gamble on a blind bag? Comment yes bag or no bag. We got Marvel Stormbreakers from Marvel and written by Bleeding Cool. Marvel has announced their Stormbreaker variant covers for November. Initiating a highlight, or Marvel Stormbreaker initiative highlights their hand-picked rising stars, and today Marvel revealed that the 2025 class will release a line of exclusive November variant covers. These will span major titles and each spotlights the distinct style of these up-and-coming artists. The Stormbreaker program has become a springboard for careers. Artists like Peach Momoko, R.B. Silva, and Nadicha Busto graduated from earlier groups and are now industry staples. This November wave reinforces Marvel's strategy of cultivating star power and driving retailer demand through collectability. Variants tied to Stormbreaker often carry aftermarket interest. Even when the stories inside are standard, fans chase the covers for their uniqueness and as investment in artists' early body of work. If you track modern variant spikes, Stormbreaker covers often heat up when a character later gets a big media exposure or when the artist blows up on the mainstream scene. Which Stormbreaker artists are you most excited for? Comment their name. Then, also from Bleeding Cool, Diamond Bankruptcy news. Court blocks liquidation of consigned inventory. The slow collapse of Diamond Comics distributors entered a new phase today. The ad hoc committee of creditors, including Ablaze, Fantagraphics, and Avatar Press, successfully argued in court that Diamond cannot liquidate publisher-owned stock as part of its bankruptcy estate. This ruling halts Diamond's attempt to offload nearly 12,000 SKUs at discounts of 50 to 75% off. A sale that would have flooded the market with cheap back issues and potentially devalued publisher catalogs. The court sided with publishers, affirming that consigned books remain their property. The legal proceedings matter. If publishers retain control over consigned inventory, they both protect their brand value and revenue streams. For retailers hoping for a cheap stock, it's a blow. For creditors and publishers, it's a lifeline. Image Comic has already negotiated separately, showcasing how even top publishers are handling this crisis differently. How Diamond navigates the next stage will determine the health of the health of distributor publishing relations. A blocked liquidation means less chance of bargain bin fire sales that depress resale value. Instead, scarcity may hold. Should Diamond be allowed to dump inventory? Comment yes or no. Then we got U.S. tariffs slam comic imports. A new U.S. tariff after causing chaos for indie publishers and distributors. Companies like Antarctic Press, Choreo Press, and Classic Comics report shipments being delayed, suspended, or unexpectedly hit with extra custom fees. For publishers operating on razor-thin margins, the financial impact is immediate. Retailers are warning that this could mean missing titles on the shelves in September and October. In a market where visibility is everything, missing a release window can tank sales for fans, especially of niche international titles. This could mean scarcity or steep price hikes. This situation also raises questions about the stability of indie distribution in an already fragile market. With Diamond collapsing and Lunar/PHR absorbing more loads, tariff further bottleneck smaller publisher reach. For buyers, indie imports could become short printed by circumstance, potentially raising long-term demand for specific issues that sneak through. Do you collect indie imports? Comment import, yes or no. Then we got Manga versus U.S. Comics, industry structure compared. This is from Comic Beat. Comic Beat features explore why manga continues to dominate global readership while U.S. comics struggle to sustain new franchises. Japanese Shonen Jump system builds a billion-dollar hit through relentless serialization, creator stability, and integrating licenses. By contrast, U.S. publishers focus on short arcs, relaunches, and quick media pitches, which often undermine long-term character development. Creators lack ownership incentives, which discourage them from investing in original superheroes or sticking with titles for years. The systemic difference is driving younger readers to manga. Weekly content, accessible pricing, and clear long-term arcs makes manga bingeable in ways U.S. floppies can't match. Unless U.S. publishers reimagine their approach, they risk becoming a boutique market compared to manga's global reach. For investors, the long-term play may be in creating owner-owned U.S. projects or manga imports rather than endless churn of renumbering big two titles. Then we got some more information about DragonCon AI art controversy. The AI art debate boiled over at DragonCon 2025. Had a vendor accused of selling AI-generated artwork and had police called on them. This escalated what was already a heated argument in Artist Alley. GalaxyCon responded by formally banning AI art sales at its event, and pressures is mounting for other conventions to follow. Supporters argue that AI art undermines real creators, while defenders say enforcement is messy and accusations can be weaponized. Either way, con organizers are being forced into policymaking roles, though they've avoided until now. This issue cuts deep into the identity of cons. Are they celebrations of human creativity or just marketplaces for anything fans will buy? The answer will shape the economics of Artist Alley and trust between fans and creators. If AI art bans become standard, original hand-drawn prints and commissions may gain even more cachet and value. Should cons ban AI art? Comment ban, no, or no ban. Then from CBR, Venom meets the Exorcist in a new Marvel Symbiote horror title. Marvel unveiled a new Venom adjacent mini that leans hard into horror. Written with exorcism themes, the book explores a symbiote possessing scenario more reminiscent of The Exorcist than superhero fare. Venom has always straddled the line between superhero and horror, but this new mini doubles down on body horror and supernatural dread. Early preview pages suggest demonic imagery fused with Marvel's signature alien symbiote mythology. Horror minis tied to Venom often hold aftermarket value, especially if they introduce new characters, new host characters, or spawn fresh symbiote lore. Would you read Venom as straight horror? Comment Venom, yes or no. Then also from Marvel, we got a new Punisher limited series or a series coming out. Marvel has dropped an exclusive Red Band preview of Punisher Red Band #1. The relaunch that promises to push Frank Castle into mature readers' territory. The Red Band branding allows Marvel to include graphic violence and darker story beats than the mainstream line. This positions Punisher differently than his previous relaunch, which often softened the violence to appeal broadly. Instead, this version could reassert Castle as a grounded, ultra-violent vigilante closer to the character's roots. A #1 marked as Red Band creates an instant differentiator. Mature readers, #1s often age well if they mark tonal pivots. Do you want Punisher in full mature mode? Comment Red Band if yes. And then also from comicbook.com, Imperial War Guardians return. Fan favorite character comes back. Marvel teases that Imperial War will bring back a long dormant cosmic hero through the Imperial Guard. This crossover event expands Marvel's galactic mythos and positions the Imperial Guard at the center of the conflict. Cosmic crossovers have historically yielded long-term value from Annihilation to War of Kings. Bringing back a fan-favorite hero ensures both nostalgic pull and collector speculation. First return appearances are often undervalued at release, but heat up later, especially if tied to media projects. Are you hyped for Marvel Cosmic? Comment Cosmic yes. And then from AIPT, DC reveals NYCC 2025 panel and exclusives. DC announced its New York Comic-Con 2025 plans with panel highlighting Gotham, Superman saga developments, and Wonder Woman's 90th anniversary. Exclusive collectibles, including variant covers and con-only merch tied to flagship characters. NYCC has become one of DC's biggest platforms for signaling publishing direction. Expect early looks at 2026 events, fresh absolute omnibus announcements, and teasers about media synergy. Con exclusives frequently flip for 2 to 3 times cover price in aftermarkets. For fans attending, these are instant pickups. Are you attending NYC 2025? Comment yes con or no con. That's all of today's, that's all of the top stories that we're doing to recap the news for September 4th, 2025. And I've decided I'm going to move the stream to in the mornings and do it as a recap of the previous day's top news. I hope you like it. I think it's going to work out a little bit better for me. But don't forget to like and subscribe and join the comment challenge. I'll highlight your takes in tomorrow's stream. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.